And which one of these colognes is my favorite fall fragrance? Find out at the end of this video when I reveal the fragrance I'm actually wearing. First up on the list, we've got Bulgari's Man in Black. To me, this is just one of the perfect fall fragrances because it's so warm. It's just something that wraps around you. Why? Because it's got the rum, got a little bit of tobacco in that top note. We've also got spice. And when I say spice, we're not talking pepper or anything. It's just, there's something about it that just tickles the nose. It's just something that fits close. It stays also. This is going to last about 6 to 8 hours at least. It's not going to project a whole lot, so that's great if you want something that's not going to scream that you're walking into the room. Now, the middle note leather, I think, is really strong as well. And the base of the tonka bean, this right there is going to sit around, and after 2 to 3 hours, that's really all you're going to pick up here. But I just absolutely love this fragrance. A great one to start this list with. Now, if you like the idea of Man in Black, but you want something, let's say, a little bit more smoky, you want something with more incense, a little bit more leather, less on the spice, then you want to check out Issey Miyake's Nuit d'Issey. So this one's been around for a while. Absolutely love this fragrance. Some people are going to say, it gets a little bit of synthetic vibe. I don't get that at all. I find it's just a really smooth fragrance. Another fall fragrance that's just going to hit it out of the park. Now, if you really like the rum note, you want a boozy fragrance, you want to be a sexy pirate, this is the fragrance for you. Bentley For Men Intense. That top note, rum, it's not actually the top note. When you spray this on, you get a little bit of bergamot, but that passes quick. That rum note is going to be the dominant note. We've also got some incense, a little bit of wood, leather, but those are all going to play second fiddle to the rum note here. Just a really nice warm embrace. And speaking of warm fragrances, I've got to have on this list Dolce & Gabbana's The One. Yes, it's a fragrance many of you guys have seen on many lists out there, but it is still a classic warm fragrance. What I love about this one, yeah, you get a little bit of grapefruit on that opening note, but it passes really quick and you get into the ginger, you get into that tobacco, but the amber note is going to be dominant. I love this. This is great for the fall, winter. You can even pull this into the spring, but this is definitely a cooler weather fragrance. Now at this point, maybe saying, Antonio, those other fragrances sound a bit dark. I want something more universally clean, something I can wear to the office, not offend anyone. At the same time, I want something unique. Then you need to look at the woody floral musk that is Burberry Touch. This is a workhorse fragrance. I've talked about it because you can also wear it in the spring or even the summer, but I think it works best as we're changing temperatures. And what I love about this is the violet leaf. That's going to be the dominant note, and it's different than violet. It's not as harsh, so it's not going to give a gasoline type smell that you can have with violet. Also, the musk is going to be very strong, so on the base there, we've got white pepper, and I think that white pepper mixed with the violet leaf is a really nice top and middle note. This is just an amazing fragrance. If you've never smelled it, you need to try this one. Another fall favorite is going to be F by Ferragamo. This can also work in the spring, but for me, this is going to be warmer weather fall. So a nice day, it's going to be 70 degrees, 80 degrees, one of those Indian summer days. This is what you want to be wearing. Just absolutely beautiful. And for me, it's going to be that top note of lavender mixed in with the apple at the same time. A little bit of spice, got a little bit of pepper in this thing. You also have amber and just a really nice, clean fragrance. One of my favorites. Next up, we've got Mercedez Benz Man. And what I love about this is the opening. I love that pear note. It's actually dominant throughout most of the fragrance. When you do get the dry down, you get a bit of musk, a little bit of oak moss in there, but really it's, you know, a light musk. And that's what I really like this fragrance, because if you're familiar with Abercrombie and Finch's Fierce, which is a great fragrance, this epitomizes the late 1990s. Anytime you walk through a mall, you probably smelt this. Some people said it's got too much of a musk dry down. What's nice about this is it doesn't. For me, it's a clean, modern interpretation of that classic, and that's why it's on this list. Now guys, if you were to go out and buy all the fragrances I'm talking about in today's video, you could easily pay thousands of dollars retail. Wouldn't it be nice if there was a company out there that will allow you to date a fragrance, test it before you commit to a full bottle? Well guys, that's exactly what today's sponsor, Scentbird, does. They make it easy for you to be able to find the perfect fragrance for you. Personally, my favorite part of Scentbird is the discovery process, actually getting fragrances that I normally wouldn't have selected for myself, but I'm like, they recommend this. I'll go ahead and give it a shot. So To Me Unwind, To Me Awakened. I'd never even heard of this fragrance house. Try these out. I'm like, wow, I really like these. And all of a sudden I got Dunhill Icon Elite. I already had Dunhill Icon and I've got Dunhill Racing, both great fragrances, but I hadn't tried the Icon Elite. Absolutely love this fragrance. John Varvatos, I got the Oud and never tried this fragrance. I love Oud for fall. So John Varvatos Oud is a great selection. Or maybe I wanted to get Dark Rebel Rider, another great John Varvatos fragrance, but they've also got some really high-end fragrances. So if you're looking for anything from Clive Christian Christensen, like Rock Rose or maybe 1872 Masculine. Those are both going to be amazing fragrances carried by Scentbird. And let's talk about the house of Homage. My favorite Homage fall fragrance is going to be Bracken Man. This is an aromatic fragrance. It just blows me away how beautiful a fragrance this one is. But here's the thing with Homage fragrances, if you're not familiar, they are incredibly expensive. And that's what I love about Scentbird, is I'm able to try, here's some of the other ones. So I have Honor Man, Journey Man, I had Fate Man, Interlude Man, Imitation Man. I got to try all of these different fragrances at a fraction of their cost. Another fragrance house I had never tried before Scentbird, English Laundry. Absolutely love their fragrances. Throne is really good, but if you haven't tried Riviera or Oxford Blue, both of those are amazing as well. So how does Scentbird work? First, you're going to go to the website and you're going to find the fragrance that you want. Next, you receive the fragrance in the mail, enough for a full month. We're talking 140 sprays. Step 3, adjust. Maybe you like the fragrance, maybe you didn't, but in any case, you can give feedback and you can adjust what fragrance is going to come to you next. And guys, if you don't like the service, you can cancel at any time. And every fragrance you receive is 100% authentic. You can order more than one fragrance at a time if you so choose, and free shipping with every order. So to get started with Scentbird, I want you to use the link down in the description of today's video. That's going to ensure you get the best deal out there on the web. Next up on the list from the House of Creed, we have Original Santal. This is one of those fragrances not a lot of people talk about, and if you don't like sandalwood, you're probably not going to like this fragrance. But as a guy that actually absolutely hates dupe, I found that this was a lot more tolerable, and in fact, I learned to enjoy it. And it's just so different from any of the other fragrances I have. It's perfect for fall. Now, if you like that sandalwood note, but you want something a little bit more masculine, manly, you want Royal Oud. So the name implies oud, but oud is not actually the dominant note. To me, it's cedar. It's that wood note that's going to dominate here. This has an amazing dry down. Initially, you're going to get a bit of citrus at the top, but that goes by really quick. There is a bit of animalistic, so there is a little bit of musk here, but that sandalwood is going to be stronger, in my opinion, than the oud. We're also going to get a little bit of pink pepper, a spicy, really nice fragrance if you like that type of thing. Another sandalwood fragrance that goes in a very different direction is going to be Tabarome Millesime. What I like about this one is it's got this green tobacco smell. So I'm not talking about smoky tobacco. I'm talking about aged tobacco leaves. And they do this by bringing the ginger in with the tobacco. Initially, you get a little bit of citrus with that ginger, a little bit stronger, but it does melt down into that just really smooth, just a really nice fragrance. Now, that last fragrance by Creed, a lot of people have actually said it's similar to this one right here, and that's because of the ambergris. So you are going to find amber in this fragrance right here, but this fragrance right here, blue, mysterious. This is actually a 4-season fragrance. What I love about Bleu De Chanel is that this is incredibly versatile. Now, you can see there's 3 options out there. You can get the Parfum, you can get the EDT. Right here, I've got the EDP. I feel it's a little bit smoother, a little bit stronger, and I like a little bit of a stronger fragrance for the fall and the winter. Find the one that works for you, but this right here, a solid fragrance that, yeah, this could just be your go-to for the entire year. Now, what if you want a manly fragrance that nobody else is wearing? One that actually is very comfortable with itself, been around for 30 years, then you want to check out EGOISTE by Chanel. So what I love about this one, it actually uses rose. It's one of the rare fragrances in the men's side that actually brings in rose. At the same time, we've got sandalwood, we've got cinnamon. Right here, I also got a little bit of tobacco. This is a classic fragrance that really most guys don't even know about. I think should be on your radar. And if that's not manly enough for you, go grab yourself some of this stuff. Antaeus by Chanel. What I love about this fragrance, very animalistic. If you want that this fall, this is your go-to fragrance. I sprayed some of this the other day. The amount of hair on my chest doubled instantly. Next up, we've got a woody aromatic that's not talked about much, and that's going to be Guerlain's Homme Ideal. So when I look at this fragrance and when I smell it, actually, I think almond. It also has tonka bean. It's going to have a little bit of leather. This is a fragrance that is really just warm. And I think that tonka bean mixed with the almond, it is just a nice, sweet, clean fragrance. But overall, this is just great for the fall and the winter. And speaking of tonka bean, let's talk about a fragrance that's probably gotten me more unsolicited comments during the fall and winter than any other fragrance I own. And that is 1 Million Prive. So we got the tonka bean, but we also have it mixed in with cinnamon and tobacco. And those 3 notes right there, they dominate. You got a little bit of myrrh, and at the top, you got a little bit of citrus, but I would say that it's like this warm cloud that's around you that women just absolutely love the smell of. So if you want to get compliments, if you want to attract women, this is the fall fragrance for you. Now, if you like those cinnamon notes, but you want something you can wear at night, well, grab the appropriately named Azzaro Wanted by Night. I've talked about this fragrance before. I absolutely love it. This is a great one. If you want to give a very sensual, mysterious type of vibe, this is the fragrance for you. So what's cool about this one is it not only has the cinnamon, but it's got tobacco mixed in there with a little bit of fruity notes. You got a little bit of orange, and you got the cedar down at the base. Just a really nice evening fragrance. Now, if you want something a bit more niche, you want to check out Parfums de Marly Herod. This is a great fall fragrance. It's going to have that tobacco mixed in with the cinnamon, and it's the vanilla that just brings in the sweetness. An amazing fragrance. Also, the sillage in this thing is tremendous. So this is a fragrance that you can wear all night, you can wear all day. I think it works great with a sweater. It's a solid fragrance. Another great fall option from Parfums de Marly is Godolphin. And this one right here, leather with fruit. That's probably the best way to describe this. If you're looking for a leather fragrance, which I think is perfect for this time of the year, this is an amazing option. And speaking of a solid leather fragrance, CH Men Prive. This one by Carolina Herrera. What I love about this fragrance, besides the leather, it's got a little bit of a boozy leather mix with it. You got the tonka bean, so it comes off a little bit sweet, and then you've got the aromatic notes, so like cardamom in there. This is a fragrance I absolutely love. Now, this fragrance right here doesn't get a lot of love, but I think it's a great fall fragrance, and that is Bad Boy by Carolina Herrera. What I love about this fragrance is going to be the cocoa mixed in with the tonka bean. This is just a solid, I think, gourmand fragrance. You're going to smell like chocolate if you wear this. But it's also got a little bit of citrus at the top, and it does have a little bit of balance in there, so we see a few other aromatic notes. Overall, a great fragrance. And speaking of gourmands, we could not leave off this list Mugler's Amen. So this one was the first kid on the block, and it really changed the way fragrances are understood. But if you're looking for something that's just a classic and smells like caramel, got a little bit of coffee with a little bit of mint and vanilla, this is going to be the go-to fragrance for you. And two other gourmands I want to give an honorable mention to. We got Rokas Man. If you like coffee, if you like vanilla, this is a solid fragrance for you. And we've got Black Phantom by Kilian. This fragrance right here, if you like a little bit of dark chocolate with whiskey, with rum, this is the fragrance for you. And now the fragrance that I am wearing. My go-to fragrance for fall right now is Terre de Hermès by Hermès. And for me, when you look at the notes, pretty simple. You've got orange, you've got vetiver, you got a bit of spice, there's some wood fragrances. I mean, it seems pretty simplistic. But when you put this together, there's something, Jean-Claude, the guy that put this together, this is a masterpiece. It's pretty much one of those fragrances that's unlike anything else out there. And if you've never smelt this, you really owe it to yourself to go out there and get a sample, because this thing is amazing. I've also got the perfume, and I've also got the vetiver, which is even stronger in the vetiver, but the original is what I go back to. This is an amazing fragrance. So what video to watch next? How about how to actually apply fragrance? How to wear fragrance and not make the most common mistakes that so many guys do. In this video, guys, I break it out. I also teach you a lot, just the basic terminology that you need to understand to wear fragrance correctly.